Hi, my name is Michelle Prince, and this is my Persuasive Speech for Communications 101. Thank you. Here's my audience. All right, true or false? It's better to naturally have your immune system exposed to a deadly disease than it is to purposely inject yourself with a small dose of that same disease. The purpose of my speech today is to help you guys answer questions such as this, as well as to clarify why vaccinations are so very important. I intend to share with you how vaccinations work and why it is important for civilization to continue to support them, even though the rise of risks have caused concerns and negative morale towards vaccinations. The National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease helps explain that vaccinations contain microbes of a specific disease that have been either killed or weakened. This means that when you are exposed to it, it will not cause the disease into your body. Vaccinations themselves injected into our bodies allows our immune system an opportunity to take advantage of their natural ability and learn how to defend themselves and fight against these germs and infections within our bodies. Our immune system learns how to protect themselves when it comes encountered with these, as well as remembering for future instances in case you were ever exposed to these illnesses again. Put plainly, vaccines trick your body into thinking that they have a real disease in order to teach them how to defeat the intruders. So regardless of knowing all the positive missions of vaccinations, they still have a bad rap. So why is that? Some sources claim that vaccinations have never been adequately studied. Others' claims are for religious purposes. Then we have the one reasoning that has the most attention today in the US is that some think that vaccinations have a link with autism. Today in the US, it is estimated that 1 in 150 children have been diagnosed with an autistic spectrum disorder. Many people believe that this is due to increased exposure to an additive that's within the vaccines called thimerosal. However, despite these theories, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention state that the evidence of several studies does not support such an association. And in fact, the Institute of Medicine has actually declared that, quote, the evidence favors rejection of a causal relationship between thimerosal-containing vaccines and autism. So due to the controversy of autism and vaccinations, I was really curious to see what the people around me thought about it. So recently I posted a post on Facebook to hear what people had to say. I was quite surprised to get the immediate responses from my family and friends and how they support vaccinations, and it was great. However, there was one comment from a friend that really caught my attention. She point blank asked, "Why in the world would you put anything in your body on purpose that is not supposed to be there?" Hey, it's a justified question, right? So it got me thinking, and I'm like, okay, well, why do we vaccinate? So I thought about this. Before vaccinations came along, the only way to build an immunity to a disease was to be infected by somebody you came into contact with, and then hope that your body recovers from the battle that it has with this disease. So because of that reason, most infectious diseases have claimed several lives of children and adults over the years. As stated by the National Networks for Immunization, disease can cause permanent disabilities as well as death. Vaccines can increase your body's immunity and resistance, but while only exposing you to a smaller and much less dangerous dose. This allows your body the time and the strength that is needed so it can adequately prepare itself to defend your body against these diseases. Since the introduction of vaccinations, there has been an overwhelming decline of reported diseases each year, including the measles, whooping cough, and meningitis. And on top of that, vaccinations have played a significant role in the eradication of smallpox. Dr. David Satcher with the U.S. Public Health Department states, quote, Vaccines are among the 20th century's most successful and cost-effective public health tools for preventing disease, disability, and death. Not only do they prevent a vaccinated individual from developing a potentially serious disease, vaccines routinely recommended for children also help protect the entire community by reducing the spread of infectious agents. He also mentions about cost for caring for a child who has come down with a disease. He says that people infected with diseases, it can be very devastating and very expensive. So not only do vaccines save lives, it helps to make immunizations one of the most cost-effective medical and public health interventions. Besides, it is cheaper to prevent than it is to treat a disease. So now that I've presented you guys with all the information, what do you think you would be able to choose? Are you willing to give your body a warm-up chance to build a resistance and to be able to fight a disease? Or would you hope for a blind recovery should you ever become exposed to a life-threatening illness? We may not hold all the answers this time regarding all the possible risks and chances that you might be taking when giving vaccinations, but I can tell you that I believe that refusing vaccinations is certainly not the answer. When you refuse vaccination safety, you are raising the stakes of the health of our community, which can lead to widespread disease as well as suffering. Therefore, keep in mind that vaccinations can make all the difference for your health, your children's health, and the community around you. So based on all the research that I have done considering vaccinations, I can say that I believe that the pros definitely outweigh the cons, and I support vaccinations all the way. In fact, coming as a mother of a 3-year-old little boy, I am very thankful for all the medical advances such as vaccinations that allow me to have a safer, healthier, and longer opportunity to share life with my son. Thank you for listening.